She had 3 days. 3 days to decide whether to walk into a room that could kill her. She was the most powerful woman in the Persian Empire. Queen, beautiful, chosen, and completely powerless to save her own people. Because there was one rule in the Persian palace, one rule that applied to everyone, including the queen. Anyone who approaches the king without being summoned shall be put to death, unless the king extends his golden scepter, unless he chooses, in that moment, to let you live. And the king had not called for Esther in 30 days, 30 days of silence. And now, her entire people were scheduled for extermination, and the only person who could stop it was her. She was an orphan, both parents dead, raised by her cousin Mordecai, in a foreign land. She was Jewish, in a kingdom that was not hers, under a king who did not know what she was, because Mordecai had told her, "Tell no one your nationality, tell no one your people." And then, the king of Persia held a search across the entire empire for a new queen, and Esther was chosen, not because of her politics, not because of her family name, because of who she was. But becoming queen did not give her power. It gave her proximity to power. There is a difference. The queen could not make laws, could not overturn decrees, could not even speak to the king without being invited. She lived inside the most powerful palace in the world, and she was essentially a beautiful prisoner. Enter Haman, second only to the king himself. And Haman had one obsession. Every person in the palace bowed when he walked past. Every person, except one, Mordecai, who would not bow, could not bow. And Haman was consumed with rage. He went to the king. "There is a certain people, scattered throughout your kingdom, whose customs are different, and who do not keep the king's laws. It is not in the king's interest to tolerate them." He did not name them. He did not have to. The king handed Haman his signet ring, and Haman sent a decree to every province that on the 13th day of the 12th month, every Jewish man, woman, and child was to be killed. Mordecai tore his clothes, put on sackcloth and ashes, stood outside the palace gate wailing. He sent Esther a copy of the decree and a message, "Go to the king, plead for your people." Esther sent back, "Everyone knows anyone who goes to the king without being summoned shall be put to death. He has not called for me in 30 days. And Mordecai replied, "Do not think you alone will escape. If you remain silent, deliverance will come from another place, but you and your family will perish. And who knows whether you have come to your royal position for such a time as this, for such a time as this." 5 words that reframed everything. Esther fasted for 3 days, asked all the Jews in Susa to fast with her. No food, no water. And then she said the 3 words that define her for all of history. "If I perish, I perish. Not, I will be fine. Not, God will protect me. Not, I am not afraid. If I perish, I perish." She was afraid. She knew exactly what she was walking into, and she walked in anyway. On the 3rd day, Esther put on her royal robes and walked into the inner court of the king's palace, uninvited, unsummoned. The king was on his throne. He looked up and saw her standing there. Every person in that throne room knew what the law required. Every person watched, and the king extended the golden scepter. "What is it, Queen Esther?" "Whatever you ask, even up to half the kingdom, it shall be given to you." She was not struck down. She was welcomed.